ready? We'll start the game. Okay. Which debit order discourages the direct purchase of school supplies? Right answer, debit order number 57, series of 1995. That's the first legal debit order considering the purchase of all lots, no school lots. Dark Angel and NSJR are the two who got the correct answer. Next, all the nations in favor of DepEd should be yes, you're correct. It should all be absolute or irrevocable. Hindi pwedeng bawiin, no? Absolute. Next, Beverly 93, Totoy M 884, M&M 882, Dark Angel 879, and NSGR 877. Next, which document must be registered for a deed of donation? What document is needed? It's deed of donation, not absolute deed of sin. Deed of donation lamang po. Ten of you got the correct answer. Who's our top scorer? Totoy M, Jean Garbo, Dark Angel, VL. And Ma'am Arceli, welcome. HDO is the highest climber. We go to the next question for when is a contract of red? It's land not donated. Okay? Land that is not donated is called usufruct. Okay, there is conditions, no, before establishing a school or a school building. Still on the first, Sir Totoy. Second, Brebs. Third, Jean. Fourth, NSGR, M&M, Okram. Sir Marco is the highest climber. We go to the next question 5. What must be annotated on the certificate of title for a usufruct donation or agreement? What should be included or attached in the certificate of title for usufruct? Yes, of course, you are correct. It's the term of use. That it should be educational in purpose only. Okay? Who's our top scorer? M&M now on the first, and SJR on second, HDO on third, VL, and Dundee. Bagong names na. Next. Question 6. What is the clearest ownership type of acquisition? Okay, it's absolute deed of sale. Ito yung binili talaga ng government o ng Department of Education sa isang lote. No? It's a vacant lot. Mamaya mapapag-aralan natin what are the terms and conditions for the absolute deed of sale. M&M, HDO, Jovi, Ville, and Giancarlo. Sir Elpidio has the highest score streak in this item. Question 7. What is required before DepEd can expropriate a land? The answer is walang nakakuha. It should be valid offer is made. A valid offer should be made. Okay, still, no? We go to question number 8. Expropriation is presumed for what purpose? It's for public use. Correct. Majority of you got the correct answer. M&M on the first, HDO second, Jovi third, Ville fourth, and Jean Garbo on the fifth place. Question 9. Which maps must DepEd consider for site selection? Correct. Vulnerability and geohazard map. That should be attached as requirement in the consideration of site. M&M first, Jovi second, HDO third, Jean Garbo, Dundee. Okay, next. Question 10. Who identifies congested schools needing a new site? It's the school's division superintendent. Majority of you got the correct answer. M&M first, NSGR, Dundee, Jovi, Jean Garbo. Okay, next. Pabilisan ng kamay. What form does SDS prepare for private property acquisition? Our correct answer is acquisition and assessment form. 17. M&M, correct. NSJR, Jovi, Bevs, and Jean Garbo. Okay, next we continue on 12. What report is required when donors responded to the acceptance? Okay. Majority of you got the correct answer. It's ocular inspection. M&M, Joby, Brebs, and SGR, and Ma'am Shaila. Ma'am Shaila, welcome to the top 5 scoreboard. Ville is the highest climber in this round. Question 13. Which method allows the exchange of school sites? Okay, ito yung una noon, no? To give you an item for that school, you have to donate a lot. And that is called barter or exchange. Ginagamit pa ba ngayon ito? Hindi. Titingnan natin mamaya kung appropriate pa yung barter or exchange in favor of an item. Okay, next. M&M, Bebs, and SJR, Jovi, and Shaila. Question 14. What is needed to reserve public land for a school establishment? Public land to become a school site. Answer is yellow. Presidential proclamation. Okay. Beverly, first place. M&M, NSGR Dundee, and Ma'am Jovi. Question 15. How can government-owned land be acquired? It's through gratuity or gratuitous conveyance. 10 of you got the correct answer. Beverly still at the first, M&M second, Dundee third, NSJR fourth, Ruse. Welcome. Sir Dante's back with a straight 3 answer. 16. In whose name must a school site be registered? A majority, that is correct, in favor of the Republic of the Philippines. Beverly first, M&M second, Dundee third, NCR fourth, and Ma'am Ruse on the fifth. El Pijo is back in the game. Question 17. Why register Rooster Track 5 with Registry of Deeds? A majority of you got the correct answer. It's for the protection of DepEd rights. Beverly first, M&M second, Dundee third, NSGR fourth, and Ma'am Shaila on fifth. Ma'am Neng is back in the game. Question 18. What must DepEd do if purchase negotiation fail? We proceed with expropriation or for public use. Now, M&N on the first, second, Dundee, NSCR on the third, Bebs Burr on fourth, and Ma'am Jen on fifth. Welcome, Ma'am Jen. And the last question, what legal step strengthens DepEd land ownership? correct answer is green. Yes. We need to have a title and the lot should be registered. Yan. Para hindi makuha ng kung sino-sino. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, here are the top scorers. Starting with the third place, Sir Danby. Congratulations. The second place, NSJR. And the champion. Fourth place, Debs and Mangen. Congratulations. Napakita po dyan kung saan kung score po kayo natin.
Yes.
Sino na pong nakabasa dito sa part na ito? Nabasa niyo?
Ako po, Dok, pero nakalimutan ka agad.
Ayan. Sige, basahin po natin na maigi po, no? At himay-himayin natin. At siyempre isaulo ang mga minimum requirements for school sites. Okay, pag sinabing school sites po, hindi po lang yung building ang mini-measure natin, kundi yung surrounding of that school. Yan. At anong standard nito pag bibili tayo o kukuha tayo ng donations of whoever, wala tayong magagawa kung donation, no? Ang donation po, kung ano lamang po yung space na bibigay po ni donor, yun yung pagkakasyahin po natin. Pero kapag absolute deed of sale ang kukunin at bibilhin talaga ni DepEd, ay ito po yung expected na specific, no? Yan pala, mag-start tayo sa school sites. Okay, for the school sites, these are the standard requirement. Okay, when we do school mapping, we look into the location and environment. Kung bibili talaga, sasabihin ng DepEd, okay, hanap kayo ng the most suitable, no, environment or location for the school. These are the conditions that we're going to look. Okay, in choosing a site, accessibility should be the first, and the surrounding environment must take into account. What do we need to consider about the surrounding environment? No, may tao ba? May prospect ka ba na papasok na bata sa school? No, baka naman wala. That's accessibility and the surrounding environment. Meron bang population? Kumustang population doon? Baka naman sementeryo ang tabi at wala namang buhay. No? Kalimitan ata ang mga schools natin puro sementeryo, tama ba? Sino sa inyo po ang nakatayo ang school sa tabi ng sementeryo? Wala. Galing naman. Wala pala kayong katabing sementeryo. Wala talaga?
Wala po sa amin dito, Dok.
Very nice, no? Kasi mostly mga schools.
Wala.
Good. No?
Maluwang pa kasi, Dok, ang mga lupa dito sa Basilan. So yung mga namamatay, kung saan po yung lupa nila, doon po talaga nilalagay.
Okay. So hindi siya sementeryo talaga, no? Yan. So dapat may buhay na kaluluwa kung saan doon ay merong papasok na bata. Yan. Crucial is free from hazard, no? Potential hazard. So yung GO, yung kanina na requirement should met, no? Geo hazard map, and of course on meteorological hazard maps provided by the government agencies. Hindi siya pinakatuktok ng bundok kung saan doon lagi dumadaan ang bagyo. Bakit po hindi dapat doon? No? Maaaring nasa baba ng bundok, but not on the top hill. Kasi pag sinabing top hill at wala man lang ka-barrier ng hangin, siguro in 5 years or in 2 years, sira na yung building. No? Before any construction should take place, the assessment of this hazard should be performed and information should be considered on the location and design of the school building. Okay, sino-soil test talaga yan, no? Tinitingnan kung meron bang bato or yung foundation ba ng building ay kaya, no? Kaya ng third floor, ng fourth floor, or any. Then we have a term called Philippine Green Building Council. That these are the very council that recommends the protection and restoration of existing ecosystem in this school location to preserve the natural habitat. So hindi po agad-agad na pag sinabing pagtayuan ng building ay putulin lahat ang mga kahoy o punong kahoy. Meron kailangang i-salvage, no? Hindi po sisirain totally. Binibilang nga, pumupunta pa talaga ang mga DENR to map the existing number of trees in that area. Dinamarkahan. So delikado kapag sinabi niya may number na siya, huwag niyong tanggalan, no? Yung mga may X, okay lang siya, no? It is recommended to build a sites inhabited by It is not recommended pala, no, to build a sites inhabited by the endangered species. So before building or acquiring a site, it is recommended to conduct a site suitability study, including the geophysical scoping survey to identify potential natural hazard. DepEd and local government can request assistance from the Mine and Geosciences Bureau and the Department of Environment and Natural Resources for the conduct of this study. Okay? For major projects such as those acquiring an environmental clearance certificate, an engineering geological and geohazard assessment must be performed. This assessment is required by the Administrative Order 2000-28 of the DNR, which aims to address and mitigate the effects of geological hazards on proposed development sites. The DepEd and the DNR must enter into a memorandum of agreement for the conduct of the assessment, and kapag okay, then we'll proceed with the establishment. No? What are the designs and safety standards for the site? Okay, the construction of the school buildings and the structure must comply with the standard specification according to the Building Code of the Philippines in 2005 and the National Structural Code of the Philippines. So this is now the NQESH standard, no? At kailangan ito ay compliant na siya sa wind load and earthquake design. So itong mga pre-identified designs, na makikita nyo lahat ito sa physical facilities manual, no? Yung mga itsura ng mga buildings na applicable sa isang area na mahangin at sa area na earthquake prone, no? So the school should be situated near the center of intended population. So yung sinasabi ko kanina, saan dapat pinapatayo ang eskwelahan? Malayo ba sa mga kabahayan o malapit dapat? No, sabi dito, it should be at the center of the population, but far enough from a town or a city that provide equal access to outlying settlements. So there is still a space for settlement. So the site should be suitable frontage on a public road. Sana, no? It should be on a public road and not be obstructed by any private entity or tall trees. Ang daming mga schools na hindi mo mahanap kung saan ang kanilang gate. Hindi makapasok ang mga sasakyan. Marami na akong pinupuntahan na ganyan. Yung first time kong puntahan, tapos nagwe-waste lang ako, hindi ko alam na yung building pala nila or yung school ay pag-aari ng private yung harapan. Kaya hindi ko na alam paano gagawin ko, kung aatras ba ako o liliko. Naipit na ako doon mismo sa daanan nila, no? Kasi hindi pala makapasok yung sasakyan ko sa loob ng school. So the site and the surrounding areas should be free from potential dangers in terms of health, safety, and even the moral development of the students. Baka naman yung harapan ng school ninyo ay diskohan, okay? May nangyayaring kababalaghan sa gabi. Wag naman doon. No? It should be located at least 200 meters away from the bar, away from gambling den, away from busy highways or puno ng electrical lines and towers of electricity, or even at the manufacturing facility, garbage, or similar places. So no other structures such as the barangay hall. Wala tayong magawa, no? May mga schools talaga na ang tabi niya ay barangay hall. Nakapasok pa mismo sa gate. Sinong school o anong school ang merong barangay hall sa loob? Or merong daycare?
Sa tabi lang, Doc. Hindi naman sa mismong loob.
Oh, very good. Pero you share a common gate perimeter fence?
No, Doc.
Separate.
Separate, Doc.
May mga schools
Pero
na nandun na sa
We
loob.
are very near from the road, highway road.
Binabantayan na ni Kapitan lahat ng galaw mo na principal kasi katabi mo na yung office mo, yung barangay hall. Tapos pag nagmi-meeting si Kapitan, sila na naririnig. Araw-araw may pa-meeting. Paano na yan? Nagsisigawan na yung mga estudyante, buong barangay nandun na. So medyo mahirap yung ganyan, no? So one of the components should be no other structures such as barangay hall or a social center should be built within the school site. Kung pwede nga lang, no? Paano kung yan naman ay barangay owned na building or lupa?
Yes.
Makikishare ka talaga, wala kang choice, di ba? Ikaw pa talaga papalayasin pag gano'n. Nagre-reklamo ka, nagmamic ka pa dyan, ha? Dapat pala mga kaibigan, walang barangay hall. Diyos ko, wag niyo gawin yan. Baka basahin niyo itong sinasabi ko.
The maximum
Kung
distance
bibili
na
kayo, ito sinasabi dito, kung bibili kayo ng sarili nyong lupa, no? Or absolute deed of sale in favor of the Republic of the Philippines. Pero kung donation lang, expropriation ang tawag doon for public use, wala kayong say kundi mag-amen, no? Accessibility. The school site must be easily accessible to the largest number of students. A maximum distance of walk is 2 to 3 kilometers, and the maximum time it should take for students to reach the school in any public transport is 30 minutes. Meron pala talagang standard, no? The maximum distance of the drop-off point of the school should be specified in order to assist in the planning and designing of the building. Okay. Topography. Okay. When it comes to topography, we talk about the soil condition. What is the condition of the soil? It should be a agricultural land with a sandy loam composition. And it has a topsoil that can sustain vegetation with a proper drainage. So the subsoil should offer a basic, solid constructing building on the site, and any excavated topsoil can be reused. What about the size? The extent of the school ground is established in terms of educational level, okay, pang elementary, secondary, or senior high, okay. How many are your students and what programs are being offered? Is it may PBL pa ba? Meron bang kailangang exploratory area or laboratory? Kung TVL kayo, kailangan ng pagtamnan naman, no? May vegetable garden or plat. Or whether the school is located in a city or a rural area, syempre wala kayo ng mga ibang other requirements naman, no? Instead, building lang talaga. The amount of land occupied by the school, such as the building, should not exceed 40%. Remember this. The building should stay at least 40% of the entire lot with enough open space for outdoor activities such as sporting events, recreation, and agriculture. So this arrangement also satisfies the national and local rules and guidelines regarding the distance between the structures and the area surrounding them. However, ngayong taon na to or coming years, wala na talagang 40% kundi full, no? Mostly on the cities, wala na talagang space for other activities. In terms of heat island, it is essential to reduce the amount of surfaces that prevents water absorption like the concrete or asphalt. Okay, too much concrete and too much asphalt, naglilid siya ng superheat, no? Or extreme heat conditions. So to do so, a significant portion of the area should be designated in a green space. Sino sa inyo mahilig magsemento? Ayaw ng lupa. Okay, bawal po yun. You should specify a portion that it should be in a green space. Huwag yung sementuhin lahat, no? Ang init-init, including the planting of trees and shrubs. So, using native drought-resistant veggies or vegetation for landscaping is suggested. Do not plant ng too much of rocks, too much of semento. Ang dami kasi ganyan. Pinapalitan nyo ng semento, box, hanggang sa lahat na ay sementado na. Here are the minimum standard requirements for your school site. For elementary, a non-central school with 1 or 2 classes only with no grade above grade 4, they can have it at least 0.5 hectares or 5,000 square meters or half hectare. For a central school with 6 classes and non-central with 3 to 4 grades, 1 hectare. For schools with 7 to 9, another 2 hectares. For schools with 10 to 12 classes, another 3 hectares. And schools with more than 12 classes is 4 hectares. In case where there is difficulty to fulfill the standards mentioned, then a subsequent options. These are the other options for rural area. A central school with 6 classes and a non-central with 3 to 4, not 40, 3 to 4 is 0.5 hectares. For schools with 7 to 10, 1.5. For school with more than 10, 2 acres. For urban areas or city, central school with 6 classes and non-central with 6 to 10 classes is half hectare. Schools with 11 to 20 classes, 1 hectare. And schools with more than 20 classes is 1.5 hectares. For secondary, in a rural area, a general vocational high school is 4 hectares. Agricultural school should be 5 hectares. And fishery schools with additional projects such as fresh fish pond is plus 2 hectares and a brackish water fish pond 4 hectares. For urban area, 500 students or less is 5.5 hectares. 501 to 1,000 students, 1 hectare. 1,001 to 2,000 students is 2 hectares. And 2,001 to 3,000 students is 3 hectares. For integrated school, sinong mga may integrated school? DepEd Order number 71 of 2003 specifies the guidelines in Dex Order number 91 from 1999, which provide instructions for establishing and operating integrated schools. This will be followed when integrating a public elementary with that of secondary. The order stipulates that both partially and fully integrated schools, the elementary and secondary levels, will share a single location, of course, and the size of the school site in rural areas should be at least 1 hectare, while urban may be smaller. Yes, sabagay. Mas mahirap makakuha ng lupa sa urban kaysa sa rural. Aminin natin yan. At mas mahal ang per square meter ng urban. Okay, now on the modes of acquisition. Tingnan ninyo kung paano nyo nakuha ang inyong school site, no? First is of course very nice is the purchase followed by donation, contract of usufruct, expropriation or barter. For purchase, this is the most dependable, consistent and uncontroversial method of obtaining your school site through direct purchase from a legal owner who agrees to sell it at an agreed price. So the necessary funds may come from the capital outlay of DepEd. Okay? And the funds for the local school board or appropriations specifically set aside by the local government unit. So tatlo ang maring pagkunan ng pagbili ng lupa. From DepEd, from local school board, yung SEF fund, at yung local government unit na sarili, no, from LGU. So the sale must be documented through a deed of sale that is properly executed, notarized, and registered in the registry of deeds or register of deeds. In the event that the capital outlay of DepEd are used to purchase the school site, deed of sale must be executed in favor of the Republic of the Philippines Department of Education. Authorization to make the purchase must be obtained from the President of the Philippines, except in the fund included as component of the school budget, in which case the DepEd has the authority to grant the permission. The purchase of the school site will be as follows. First, we prepare the resolution of an appraisal committee composed of the mayor, from the municipal, provincial, or can be on the city assessor as the chairman, and the municipal, provincial, city auditor as members, stating the fair market value of the site to be acquired. Then the passage of a resolution from the LSB of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, Panglungsod, Bayan, in case may be authorizing the purchase of the lot. Then the consultation with the provincial or the city fiscal as the legally. Agree. And validity of purchase. Next, negotiating and perfecting the purchase certification, then execution of the deed of sale, then filing of an indemnity bond by the seller, registration of the register of deeds, then the expenses for the execution in case of several parcels of land are covered with one deed. In case of unregistered land, the indemnity bond shall be executed in accordance with the proper form and it shall be covered the assessed value of the land to be purchased, contain the same description of the land as given by the deed of sale and bear the signature of at least two witnesses. For donations, there are four types of donations. We have simple donation, conditional donation, inter vivo, or mortis causa. Okay. A simple donation involves a giving a piece of land to the municipality, city, province, or the Republic of the Philippines without any conditions or obligation. So that's the very simple donation. No? I'm giving this, okay, the private owner, as a piece of land in favor of the municipality. The donation is considered unconditional and must be properly recorded with the Register of Deeds with the transfer annotation on the certificate of title. May I know if your title is ang nakapangalan ay yung name of school? Tama ba? Or it should be the name of the municipality? A city or
Name of school. Name of school po sa amin.
Okay. Anong year yan, ma'am, na kasi dito pala, there should no direct, sabi niya, there should be no direct donation into that school.
Ngayon lang po, year 2021, nakuha yung title.
Yun yung suggestion ng ating legal officer,
Opo, name of school.
name of the school.
Not the name, oo. But other school, name of the municipality.
Oo nga, no?
Sa amin,
So,
opo.
to give you a background in full or in proper way, donation should be in favor of the municipality, city, province, or the Republic of the Philippines. Hindi niya sinabi dito in favor of the school, no? The donation is considered unconditional and must be properly recorded with the Register of Deeds, with the transfer annotation and the certificate of title. But mostly talaga, the donation is on the name of the school, no?
Apo.
The donation can also be conditional. Bakit siya conditional? Meaning it comes with a requirement,
Just land
such as the land.
education.
The land must
Condition is
be used for educational purposes. If the condition is not met, the property reverts back to the donor. So the donation must be accepted while the donor is still alive in order to be valid. Kailangan talaga pang school lang yung purpose, no? Hindi pwedeng maging isang other purpose. That's conditions. There are two types of donations. We have the inter vivo, which takes effect after the donation's lifetime. Okay. Inter vivo pala yun. Buhay yung nagbigay ng lote. Buhay siya.
Okay.
At mortis causa naman kapag the donor in favor of the donor's death and must follow the formalities that is listed in the last will testament. So ang hirap, no? Ang hirap makakuha ng mga ganitong mga types of donations. Paano kung hindi nilista sa last will testament nung namatay? Delikado na naman. Alam, buhayin niyo yung patay para ipasulat na i-donate niya yung eskwelahan. Mas magandang buhay.
70 rotation and 115.
Alam niyo yung mga kapamilya niya, yun yung delikado, no? Kasi kahit gaano kabait nung nabubuhay at hindi niya naisulat, no? Dapat pala interview habang buhay siya, pinupuntahan niyo na, no? Sinusuyo niyo na yung donor ninyo. So kapag namatay yan at hindi niya nilagay sa last will, babawiin ng mga heirs. So when donating a piece of land, regarding of its value, it must be done through public document, and the acceptance can be made in the same deed or in a separate public document.
731.
Totoo ba na nag-e-expire pala ang deed of donation? May nag-explain na sa inyo, no? Na nag-e-expire ang deed of donation. Alam, hindi kayo nag-a-attend ng hearing ng inyong legal officer? May expiration. Check nyo. The Department of Education will be the recipient of the donation. This is the proper sana. Kaya kailangan, bago kayo mag-execute ng mga deed of donation na lalaman ng Department of Education or ni SDS, dahil meron naman tayong legal officer. Ang main role ng legal officer doon sa division natin ay school sites. So kailangan sinasabi doon. Pinupuntahan nyo ba yung legal officer natin? Alam niya ba yung mga kaso-kaso ninyo sa inyong mga schools? Yes or no?
Yes po.
Dapat siya ang unang nakakaalam ng mga problema ninyo dahil siya lang ang makakatulong. Ligo ka? Sino pa sa inyo ang hindi alam ni legal officer mga nangyayari? The recipient of the donation, either the regional director or the school's division superintendent, will accept the donation on behalf of the department. So it's not you as the school head who will be the signatory of the recipients of the donation. It should be the highest in the DO or in the region. So the procedure of acquiring a school site through donation should be as follows. execution of the donor by the deed of donation in accordance with the legal form, acceptance of the donation by the donee representing the regional director or the SDS in case may be, and acknowledgement in writing by the donor that he had been notified and have full knowledge of the acceptance of the donation. The issuance of the opinion of the provincial city fiscal to the validity of the needs of donation. Remember, there is a validity of the deeds of donation. And the registration of the deed of donation will be registered in the Registry of Deeds in accordance with the provisions of Act 3344. Itong problema natin, kung tayo-tayo lang po ang gumawa ng mga deed of donations at hindi na ilagay sa Registry of Deeds. Lahat po ba ng inyong mga deed of donations ay sumailalim sa Registry of Deeds? Sagot.
Hindi pa po.
Ito ang problema natin, no? Kapag naipanganak ang mga attorney ng mga may-ari ng mga lupa natin at ito yung kanilang napag-usapan sa kanilang angkan, yun na. Okay, we go to the contract of use of rock. If a property is owned by an individual, province, city, municipality, or barangay and cannot be donated, but the Department of Education or a school is allowed to have its full or use or perpetual right of the use of educational purposes without payment, so we need a contract of use of rock, can be executed within the registered owner. So remember mga kapatid, kahit pala pag-aari ng tao, ng probinsya, ng munisipyo, ng barangay, at kapag hindi na ipangalan sa Department of Education ang lupa, wala pa rin tayong kasiguruduhan na pag-aari po natin ang titulo, no? So kapag ganitong mga situations at nalaman yung pag-aari ng barangay, gawan niyo po siya ng contract of use of rock. The contract must be registered with the Register of Deeds and annotated on the Certificate of Title and must clearly define the condition for using the land. Para po makarequest kayo ng mga building, hindi na po kayo makaka-request ng additional building or constructions of major repairs kung wala na po itong mga contract na ito, no? So this information can be found in Dex Order number 57 of 1995 dated September 14, 1995 on the school site acquisition and documentation for all public elementary and secondary schools. Ang tagal-tagal na nitong year na ito, sabihin nyo, hanggang ngayon wala pa pong rescinded or napapalitang DepEd order. Kapag wala pa pong na-supersede na DepEd order, ito pa rin po ang ating salikan. Remember that kahit anong year, ang isang DepEd order kung hindi pa po napapalitan ay existing pa rin siya as a legal, no, or binding agreement. Expropriation. If DepEd or the local government unit is unable to purchase a private land for educational purposes, then they may acquire it through expropriation proceedings. In the case where DepEd will provide just compensation for the property, the SDS will recommend to the Secretary to start expropriation proceedings. The Secretary will then make recommendations to the Office of the President for the filing of expropriation proceedings by the Office of the Solicitor General. If the funding or payment will be provided by the LGU, they may expropriate the property through a resolution of the Sangguniang authorizing the Chief Executive to initiate proceeding. The local chief will then file expropriation proceedings for the proper court in accordance with the rule of court and other laws. Anak, kunan mo ako ng tubig.
Cold water.
The fair market value of the property at the time of taking will be determined by the proper court, and this amount will be paid in just compensation for the Expropriated property. Parang kwanto, no? Magbabayad ng upa. Pagbabayad ng upa ay expropriation hanggat wala pang nabibiling available land. The barter or exchange. Oh. For valid reason, it is possible to exchange an existing school site for a new one. However, school administrators must be careful and exercise caution in the exchange process to ensure that the government, be it a DepEd or school, benefit and does not suffer the losses in the transaction. So this is because the lot is being exchanged by not of the same size or value. The requirements of the arrangement or exchange are as follows. First, a resolution of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, Sangguniang Panlunsod or Bayan authorizing the exchange or a barter. A statement of agreement from the owner of the lot proposed for exchange which shall accompany the resolution. Then the sketches of the school site and the site proposed by the exchange showing the respective area location boundary. Kung gusto mo makipagpalit lang ng lote, information as to how the lots were acquired, deed of exchange executed by the both party, a written opinion, approval of the regional director, registration of the deed of exchange with the registry of deeds and province and city. So, in the latest barter, mga kapatid, wala na yung exchange of agreement into lot donation into an item. Wala pong sinabi pala dito, no? Noong unang panahon kasi, pwede pa yon na yung nag-donate ng lupa maaring papalitan ng isang pamilya o membro ng pamilya nito ay mabibigyan ng item. Paano kung wala namang picture, no? Hindi sayang. Then we got the presidential proclamation. These acquired public lands have been designated as reservation area. So yung mga vacant lots can be turned into a school site. Hanapan natin. Then we have the gratuitous conveyance. This acquired by a government-owned real property for educational purposes, and the property may be a gift, sold, lease, or exchange of conveyed as follows. For real property owned by the national government, the President of the Philippines has the authority to carry out the appropriate conveyance. Kaya pala itong mga na ipapangalan sa pangalan ng mga presidents, no? Yun. These are for gratuitous conveyance.